Hi, my name is Stacy Graham-Hunt. I'm a blogger. I run a blog called processingpain.com, and I share my personal stories about things that really affect all people. I talk about my experiences with relationships and family issues and death and abortion and being a new mom. I cover a whole lot of things. And I also put some of the stories together in a book. And this is the book. It's called Processing Pain. And it's a compilation of the stories that I've written. It's available at processingpain.com. So normally I don't do videos. I usually just write. But somebody suggested that I share some of these stories on video, like do a reading. So I'm going to try that, and I'll share one of my stories. So the story that I'm going to share with you, it's called Getting Over My First Love. This is part one of a 6-part series, and it's about my experience in college and my first love, and I'll just read. How about that? Okay. He invited me to a house party that his friend was hosting. We were freshmen at Florida Agricultural and Mechanical University, FAMU, in Tallahassee. Prior to the invitation, we had been flirting with each other in the classes we had together during the day, and at night we talked on the phone. This had gone on for a few weeks. When I got inside the apartment where the party was taking place, it only took me a few minutes to find him in the crowd. Off I went, leaving my friend behind. I don't even remember which friend I left behind. Anyway, I dashed over to him. We talked and laughed for a few minutes. Then he took me to someone's bedroom and shut the door. We talked more. We laughed even more. We started kissing and our hands explored each other. He asked me if I wanted him to keep going. No, I said. Why not? 'Cause you gotta wife me up first, I said. What? Wife? I'm only 17, he pleaded. I laughed. No, dummy, not get married. I just mean that I would at least like the person I have sex with for the first time to be my boyfriend. We looked at each other. What does it even mean to be a boyfriend? What are the rules? He asked. What do you mean, what are the rules? How could you not know what being a boyfriend meant? How could he not know? Was he joking around? Like we only see each other, he followed up. Yes, and we only have sex with each other, I said. We sat in silence for a few minutes. I wondered what he was thinking. Okay, he said. So we got up, fixed our clothes, and I walked out of that room with a boyfriend. My very first college boyfriend. His name was Michael. He was very tall. He had beady eyes and the kind of cheeks that grandmothers like to pinch. When he smiled, you could see his gums. I don't know why his gums stood out to me. I first saw Michael in my African American history class. I wasn't sure if he was cute or not, but I liked the way he dressed. He wore a lot of baseball hats and those puffy vests, and his sneakers always matched whatever he was wearing. I really liked that. I also wasn't sure about his personality. He was one of those students who thought he was smarter than everybody else in the class. He challenged other people's comments. I can't turn the page. Anyway, I was saying, he challenged other people's comments. And sometimes he even challenged the professor. He was so cocky. Actually, I thought he was obnoxious. But it also made him really interesting. A few weeks later, we exchanged phone numbers. We were at the state capitol building one night with hundreds of other students. We marched there earlier that day in protest of the voter irregularity that took place in Tallahassee during the Bush-Gore election in 2000. That tells you how old I am. Michael and I started talking on the phone after that day. A few weeks later, he invited me to the house party where he became my boyfriend. Now that Michael and I were a couple, we spent more time together and we talked a lot more on the phone. He also snuck me into his male-only dorm often. He would walk over to my dorm to pick me up. He always brought me one of those huge jackets so that I could disguise myself before I set foot in his dorm. I'd always walk through his dorm trying to avoid eye contact with everyone, even him. We never got caught though. Not even when the residence advisors randomly inspected the rooms. I hid in his portable closet during those times. We spent countless hours together on his extra long twin bed just laughing and talking about life and listening to music and watching movies. The very first movie we ever watched in his room was Don't Be a Menace to South Central While Drinking Your Juice in the Hood. I think that's the full title. He was always talking about his hometown, St. Louis, the city's music, the culture, and what life was like there. I listened to him, every word. He often teased me about being from Connecticut. It was also in that same twin bed where I lost my virginity. I was happy that it was him. Our relationship was easy, it was fun, and it was light. The night before I went home for summer break, we met each other outside of my dorm. We gave each other the longest kiss goodbye. We cheated on each other that summer. Okay, so that's the end of part 1. I will make another video for part 2 if you liked part 1. Or you could just purchase the book at processingpain.com and go to the tab that says book and you can purchase it. Or you can just stay tuned for the next video. Okay? Thanks for listening.